Hi, welcome, welcome. It's Kringle Kim, and it's Thursday, November 8th, 2018. And a lot's been happening in the world. A lot's been happening here in the United States with all the elections, and then a lot's been happening in TBC Kringle. I encourage everyone to go to their Kringle Cash back office and look at the education. Go to the education tab and look at the blog. There's many blog posts from November 7th and November 8th. If we go back to November 6th, it looks like Bengali, the boys in Bengali and women are really getting excited and going crazy with TBC Kringle. And then there was an interesting, a great video by the boys in boys in Ghana. They have a band, and they found their voices. They're singing about TBC Kringle. And then there's, being the scientist that I am, there's a really interesting short video. I think it's only 2.5 minutes or whatever, but on water and how we are made of water, and water remembers everything. And I know myself, they I guess have developed this new thing where they can measure the crystalline, see the crystalline structure of each drop of water. And they did this experiment where they took the same water and they handed it to 4 different people, and those 4 different people put 4 drops of water each on a glass slide for a microscope. And of the 4 people, their 4 drops each came out very similar, but they were very different from the other 3 people. And water is living, as they say. Water is life, and water remembers everything. Of course, I call it H2O, but I have known for a long time, and possibly many of you have seen the other experiments where they, you can energize water. It can tell if you have negative energy or positive energy. And how you do that is you hold the water, and then it feels your energy, and then you would freeze it and cut a layer off the frozen portion like an ice cube, and then look at that under a slide, and they are all very different crystalline structure. So this kind of takes it one step further. So I'm always trying to make my my water, my ice cubes, really pretty before I put them in the freezer. So this one goes one step further and shows that each one of us, even if we take the same water, as we are handling that water, whether it's just from the glass with a dropper onto a glass slide and under a microscope, our energy is affecting each one of these, the water, differently than the person next to us. And then they took it a little step further, and they put the different flowers in the water. And each time the energy of that particular flower manifested in the crystalline structure of the water. So it's a very short video, very interesting. Kind of goes along the lines how we are the creators of our experiences. So it just goes to show you how we are each individuals, and so each one of these drops of water is very individual according to the person who is handling the water. And I guess another point they made, which I thought was interesting, like water, as it goes downstream, collects all this different energy and it remembers it all. So people at the top of the river might have a different experience drinking the water than the people drinking the water at the mouth of the river where it goes into the ocean. Learning all the time, learning curves. So I even learned something new. And then I was also watching a video on April 25th, 2018. The Gaia, G-A-I-A, satellite, and telescope started bringing things from the universe that have never been seen before. And so I don't know if you have a chance to see that video. Let me see if I can. The Milky Way as you've never seen it before. AMNH Sci-Fi channel. But here, previously thought beliefs about the galaxy and the Milky Way were changed on April 25th, 2018. And as the months have progressed since then, they're learning more and more interesting facts about the universe that we live in that will probably blow some of your minds. So that's bringing us to TBC Kringle, and shows that, you know, everything can change for the better. And just when we think we know everything, we don't know anything. So we have to keep learning and teaching and learning and teaching. Kind of like, getting on a computer and the internet anymore. Seems like every time I get on the computer, something else is new. Sometimes it's hard to keep up with the changes. And within TBC Kringle, things are changing too. So while you're on the back office, looking at the education tab and the blog, of course, when you first log on, it takes you to the dashboard. And I like looking at the dashboard every day and seeing how many new members there are. We're all way up to 3,311,246 paid members, which means their admin wallet fee has been paid. That's fantastic. I'm working on that myself for a few people. Hopefully they will be adding to the number soon. They have been in TBC Kringle for a while, and they are now getting to where they want to redeem their cookies that they earn. But I remind them, we have to pay, you have to make sure that you get that $10 admin lifetime wallet fee paid. So anyway, one of the blogs from today, November 8th, 2018, is new poll regarding redemption end date on Kringle Cashback Office dashboard. Please vote. So if you go log on to your Kringle Cashback Office, and it brings you to the dashboard page, scroll down under the first picture. There's a couple pictures, and go down until you see the poll. And it says, which date will result in greater community growth to close the November redemption period? And it gives you three choices. It gives you November 30th, 2018, which is what it is now. B, December 20th, 2018. Or C, January 31st, 2018. Well, I would think if we're really doing this massive growth campaign, I don't know about you guys, but for all our new members, probably the January 31st date, 2018 would be really good for our new members. Though some of you who have been in Kringle Cashback Office for a while might be ready to redeem earlier. But I'm just saying, to complete our massive growth, it is happening. It looks like it's happening all over the world. You see it in the blog. There's a lot of energy out there, especially positive energy from South Africa. That's another one of the videos. That's pretty cool. But please, everyone, go to the dashboard and click on A, B, and C, and then hit submit. They said once you submit it, you won't see those questions again. You get one choice. Can't go back and change it. So I talked to a lot of people again today, and it's interesting, political science or people science, that people that are comfortable in their lives and can afford to be comfortable in their lives are very hesitant to accept a free gift. You have to analyze it and dissect it and everything else. And I did something today where I actually had taken my business cards, and I like that it says on there that the the period ends in November 2018, because that gives them a date that they don't know. We may be changing the redemption date or the gift date, but that gives them a closing time, like a coupon, I guess. And in my community, the business cards were way too small for everybody to read it. You know, they would have to get out their magnifying glasses. Even for me, it was a little hard for me to read the it was hard for me to read the, let me see what's going on here. Here. Are we back? Oh my goodness, what's happening here? Can you still hear me? I'll go resume Hangout on air. You are about to join a Hangout on air. I don't know what's going on here. My broadcasting thing has quit. And it's not recording anymore. Hi, I hope you can see this. I don't know what's happening with my computer or YouTube or whatever. I'll just go along and do this. I have a box on my machine. It won't do anything here. Let me try going over here. Are we back? I'm sorry. I don't know what's happening. All of a sudden it opened up all these windows. So anyway, I took my business card and I enlarged it quite a bit. I think I made like a 5x7 out of it. Looks very nice. I don't think I have it here to show you. Anyway, and I did go around, and I was at a big group meeting. There was probably 40 people there. And I went around and started handing out my 5x7 business cards. And these are all people that I know already. And but it was interesting. A lot of them, like, they were all women, and a lot of them are like, oh, well, I think I'll give this to my husband and he can check it out. And this is what I did. I took it back from them. Because you know what that means. That means they're just going to throw it away when they walk out the door. So it was interesting, though. The more well-off people were very hesitant. They didn't want anything to do with it. And then some of the other ladies were very, very excited. And of course, they are the ones that are visualizing and hoping for something to help them with, you know, I think just the gift gives them some hope that, you know, I care. Admin obviously is letting me do it, so admin cares. Somebody else in the world cares about them. But it was an interesting, another interesting experiment in social science. It's like when I think TBC Randy talked about it one time, where this guy stood out on a street corner and he had a bunch of, you know, 1 ounces of silver, or maybe it was 1 pound, a bar of silver. And then he had a bar of candy, and he would stop and ask the people, well, do you want the bar of silver or do you want the bar of candy? And every single one of them, if they took anything at all, took the bar of candy, which I would have taken the bar of silver, but that's me. So it will be interesting to see who actually goes home and puts my link into their computer and clicks on it. It will be exciting to see. And of course, a lot of them that accepted the gift really don't know anything about cryptocurrency. But I was telling them you know, our mission is to end global poverty. And I said, you know, I think a lot of us, you know, want to help the world make the world a better place. You know, we're grateful for what we have, and we want to share that with everybody else. And I said, you know, there's many times, especially during this election, when, you know, you don't think one person can make a difference. And so a couple of the ladies that were really interested, I said, you know, I told them that. I said, you know, as one person, we don't often think we could make a difference. We don't think one of us could end world poverty or world hunger. But I said, the mission of this private digital currency is that one of us could possibly be a major force in ending global poverty. You know, I'm sharing it with you. You share it with somebody else. Please share my link as much as possible. If I find out that they have done it themselves, then I will show them how to do the 24-hour and 48-hour cookie rewards. But I'm like, please just go share it. It's not going, you know. So anyway, interesting day. And it will be fun to see who takes the gift and who doesn't. So I had printed off a number of these and I handed them all out. So, and I did visit a couple merchants, and I see other people are having really good luck with merchants. Where I live is mostly big box stores, but I did try to hit the few mom and pop businesses in my community. So this goes back to, what is TVC Kringle all about? TVC Kringle is a private digital currency embraced by the billion coin community, which is us. For our private community, Kringle has a significant value today and will only increase in value with each new member that joins us. Kringle is completely detached from the public coin market and the currently established scarcity-based monetary system. And remember, each time a member joins, the TVC coin increases in value by 1 grain of gold. And of course, some of the ladies thought it was really cool that they were worth a grain of gold. I think it's cool too. TVC Kringle is based on abundance, not on artificial scarcity. Those who choose to join the TVC community understand the TVC vision and mission of reaching 1 billion members and ending poverty globally. They also understand that in order to achieve our objectives, our members must be proactive in learning from our educational blog and sharing TVC Kringle via our Kringle Fast Start system. Together, we can achieve abundance for all. So, the Fast Start system, you know, is a really integral part of TVC Kringle and helping us create income for ourselves. So I like that we're, you know, and it also includes the teaching, the coaching. And I know TVC Randy does some coaching. Used to be called cash flow coaching. It's called cash flow elevator, but looks like it's part of the Fast Start system. And that's what we're going to call it now. And also our massive growth campaign, which includes merchants. And, you know, our goal is to make TVC a currency within itself among our community. And having a lot of merchants be members within our community too. So we have the 3 parts working together: the massive growth campaign, the Fast Start system, and the merchant program, which will come when we have reached 1 billion members. So also a blog from yesterday, November 7th. A lot of you have questions about, you know, how everything works. So this is called Managing Over 50 Million Registered Member Records and Databases Costs Money, Bitcoin. So this has to do with our, you know, our admin lifetime wallet fee. And like I said, $10, I know in some parts of the world that is a huge expense. It's like 1/5 of their their monthly income. Where I live, not so much. So, and I have had a couple cases where, you know, a couple people that I shared with, because sometimes you're sharing it. I mean, people that want to receive it do not have a lot of money. And even here in the U.S., $10 can be stretched for a lot of people. And I just view it as kind of my tithing in a way. But also, it is important for people to pay the $10 because that themselves. Because a lot of times, even with a gift, when you get something for free, you don't really appreciate it as much as if, you know, you paid for it. You don't value it as much. And so I think it is important for people to pay the $10 admin lifetime fee, not from just a standpoint of, you know, it takes a lot of money to run the system, but it makes them value the gift of the TBC Kringle more also. And it makes them, and when people value it more, they, you know, they will be more interested in it. And I have seen that many, many times, you know, when I have given away advice for free. You know, people, even though they could go to a doctor and pay $250 for the same advice I gave them, because I gave it to them for free, they're not going to value it as much. You know, they only feel like they have to go to the doctor and, you know, pay that money, and then it is worth something. It's weird how the mind works sometimes. So now, like with the cash flow coaching, yes, it costs money to go to cash flow coaching, but that main reason is so you will value that knowledge you learn in cash flow coaching. So this starts out, I'll just read a little bit of it. Ticket 17849 came to my desk today, and I want to use this as an example of what goes on behind the scenes at the admin level. This member reported they were not getting cookie rewards for their broadcasts, and we investigated. What happened was their broadcasts were placed in the abuse folder of the broadcaster database in an error, human error. The email of this broadcaster was flagged as abuse, and that flag placed all of their broadcasts into the abuse folder. When a broadcaster attempts to use the broadcasts of another person as their own and requests admin approval, and a manual review is done by a human on the admin team, one of the options is abuse. If it appears the broadcaster is attempting to cheat the system by claiming someone else's broadcast as their own, then that will flag all the broadcasts submitted by this broadcaster and place them all onto the abuse folder once a human reviews it manually, and that makes it so that this broadcaster can't get cookie rewards for broadcasting. Any attempts to cheat the system comes with an appropriate penalties. In this case, human error was involved on the part of the admin, and we have apologized to this member and approved all of their broadcasts, which are all excellent. The broadcaster in this case has done a beautiful job, and we really appreciate their broadcasts. As you can see in the image below, and there is a picture here of all the you know, when you submit your broadcast for broadcast rewards. All 18 of their broadcasts have been approved in the current status column. Now use your imagination to consider what happens when a member submits a support ticket in the help desk system. It is a human support team person that has to make sense out of what the member is saying. Broken English is very common because we are a global network of members, and English in many cases is not that member's native language. Once that support team person understands the issue, then they send the ticket to the department that can investigate the issue. Corrections and data are made as needed as part of the investigation process, and the ticket is returned to that support team person with instructions. When the support team person completes the instructions, the member is informed through the ticketing system and the ticket is closed. That's what the process looks like for each and every ticket that comes into the help desk. Frequently asked questions generally get a copy and paste response because certain questions are so common. And that is, there is an FAQ section at the bottom of the Kringle Cashback Office. At least there used to be, where you could click on FAQ, FAQ, or frequently asked questions, and see if your question is already there. If the database developers notice a common trend and issues that come to them from the support team, then further database development may be needed to automate the resolution so the issues coming in are reduced. This is an ongoing thing in the world of database development, kind of like that water and the universe that we were talking about earlier. The first database people interface with us in Kringle Cash is the registration database, and we currently have over 50 million registrations in right now. Wow. We stopped counting email verified memberships in June of 2018 and have since only counted paid members in our membership ongoing. Then new members interface the profile database and add additional contact information in there. Next, members interface in the payment databases to take care of the admin fee, and that connects to several third-party databases to calculate the amount to be paid. Since the price of Bitcoin and such change every second and can leap up and or down in price over the course of a single hour. And that's why I know when I got into pay accounts for myself or for help other people do it, they limit you to 15 minutes. So if you don't have that fee paid within 15 minutes, then you have to recalculate it again. We have no control over the development of third-party databases and have to do updates regularly to keep the APIs functioning optimally. We have many databases, which including the Send Button Test, Broadcasters, Genealogy Tree, Invitations, Referrals, all the calculators in the info area, Testimonials, Cookie Rewards, and all the sub-databases for each of the category of rewards, Send Button related databases, and cash centers. It's a lot of moving parts combined together and has to be coded in such a way as to deal with cyber attacks and user errors, and the admin fee of 4 grains of gold doesn't even cover 10 minutes of a database developer's time. We have some new layout designs being developed by our website development team in the sandbox, and as budgets allow, we are moving those along. I haven't even mentioned what our coin development team is working on, but many are happy now that we have a QR code system that works well and love how fast the transactions confirm. So if you have, I don't know if we can do it on an iPhone yet, but if you have an Android phone, you can go to your TVC009.net wallet, and there will be a QR code there that you can use on your phone. I've asked the database developers to add a paid column in the referral area so each of you can easily see which one of your registrations have paid or not paid. Now that's, I really like. I've been calling my people because I haven't been able to tell whether they've paid or not from the website. So that's really nice that they're adding a paid column in the referral area. Only a couple 100,000 members have paid out of the 50 million registrations in the database, and we could do a much better job in the field getting members paid if you or myself could identify which ones haven't yet paid. I've tried to get all my people to have paid. I think I have about 5 or 6 right now currently that I need to keep following up on to help them get it paid. And then at that point, I guess the 24-hour and the 48-hour cookie rewards are still available for them to do. And of course, that is a great incentive. And also another great incentive is they can't redeem their cookies until they pay their lifetime or their admin lifetime wallet fee. Behind the scenes are many teams working hard on your behalf as members, such as a legal team that has been busy doing some magical things regarding the matter of the Billion Coin and the U.S. SEC, or Securities Exchange Commission. Soon they will be off our backs because we are private, and this legal team has been laying down the groundwork with our banking team in a world that is ever-changing at hyper speeds. What was true a year ago no longer applies today. We have a support team behind the help desk and a commissioner dealing with a tremendous workload, and we need all of our members to be even more honest than they have been. Scammers try to scam admin too, but we don't make it easy for them at all. Each of our members needs to take personal responsibility not to fall for third-party TBC scams. And originally I did fall for that, and I paid for falling for that. So I know better now. I mean, this was like a year ago. I know better now. Please don't do any of the third-party scams. I have written so many articles on the subject and could write a new one every day based on the things going on. Just do business with people you know, like, and trust, and stop looking for a magic button to push. The whole point of this blog is to educate you on how to make this work so that TBC empowers you. We have a coin development team, and we have an amazing plans for the future. The website development team has many specialties, and database development isn't cheap. And I know that. I used to write programs. I'm part of the administrative and management team, and we adjust policy as needed. While we are in the distribution phase as a non-market-based coin that is private, none of us can easily use Kringles to provide for our personal needs as human beings yet. That is why we accept coins such as Bitcoin, and that is that is why we accept coins such as Bitcoin, and that is liquid today to use to pay the bills. Paydays are weekly for our teams, and it takes a lot of admin fees to add up to pay the bills. With a mission to end poverty globally, long ago I made the decision to make the admin fee very, very low and affordable for the masses on Earth. Operational bills are paid weekly from the funds generated in collecting admin fees. This has worked fine, and we are balanced. Teams have come into existence and have grown as a result of community growth and payments of the admin fee. TBC has always paid its own way from the start until now, allowing us to be private. We have a big mission, and being private allows us to move forward without serious interference. I hope you understand that even if the admin fees was monthly, it would still be low enough to gather 1 billion members with ease. For now, we offer a 2-for-1 deal on the admin fee. I didn't know that. Oh yeah, I do know that. It is the admin fee and the lifetime wallet fee. 4 grains of gold, of Bitcoin, or whatever covers both the lifetime wallet fee and the annual Kringle cashback office fee. That needs to be seen as an amazing deal. And it is. It is really an amazing deal. I am in shock. It is. You don't pay for the transactions ever. I mean, I know when you deal with Bitcoin, sometimes within a few transactions, you've paid over $10. Sometimes in one transaction. So the fact that there is no transaction fee is phenomenal. This sets our coin apart from all the rest in a very big way. Most marketing groups charge a monthly fee for back office access that would be equivalent to 10 grains of gold or more, but our fee is such as only 4 grains of gold annually. Marketing through Kringle Cash can bring in daily cash flow of at least 40 grains of gold a day, even for a brand new member. TBC can easily be a full-time work if you want it to be. 40 grains of gold adds up a lot faster than 4 grains of gold does. Costs for participation are super low compared to the gains that can be received by those that take this great work seriously. Once that paid column shows up in the referral area from the cashback office, I hope you will do your part by reaching out to all the unpaid referrals you have and bring them up to date and encourage them to pay the admin fee. Then monitor that area carefully ongoing and keep your newest members encouraged to go ahead and pay this low fee too. It seems a bit out of balance to me that only a couple 100,000 have paid the fee in a database of 50 million. We can improve this at your level in the field by following the Fast Start system. Ultimately, all members that pay will either become millionaires or billionaires, and it doesn't get any easier than this to make that happen. We have a plan, and it is working. All you have to do is open your eyes to see that. That is true. Soon we will celebrate our 3rd-year anniversary, and I hope we will have filled in all of the billionaire positions before that date. Billionaire is best. So, you know, we are working hard. Sharing, admin is working hard behind the scenes And it sounds like a lot of staff. And so it is important that as we share the gift to let the people know there is a one small, very affordable fee of 4 grains of gold. And you can go to the grain of gold calculator to figure out how much that is in Bitcoin. Anyway, it is an exciting time, and we just, in my book, I like to visualize the people accepting the gift, and I know I always put energy out there. I hope this doesn't sound strange for some of you. Put the energy out there that the right people that are waiting to hear the message about ending global poverty and receiving the gift of TBC Kringle. Not only will I find them, they will find me, and we will come together. So, and then again, really, follow-up is really important to make sure that they understand what it is really all about. So have a wonderful day and a good evening, and I hope you were able to see most of this broadcast due to the technical difficulties. So this is Kringle Kim signing off. Go out there and be a winner for yourself and for everyone else.